So it's been about a year since I last did a what's in my wallet video, and it's for a very simple reason. I haven't been adding too many cards to my wallet simply because I'm trying to get approved for a personal Chase credit card. And if you know anything about Chase, they have the 524 rule, basically meaning if you get too many credit cards within 2 years, they will not approve you for any of their personal credit cards. And I got too many credit cards in a short amount of time, and I don't want to take the risk. So basically, long story short, I'm waiting for that. But I still did use my credit cards that I do have differently, and I'm going to talk about the ones I have in my wallet, how I've been using them, and how it's been helping me out lately. Let's get into it. And if you're interested in signing up for any of these credit cards, I will put the most competitive links that I can find down in the description. If I cannot find any that has any benefits, I will just put them down there. So if you're interested in signing up, you can use those links to make it a little bit simpler for you. So the first credit card in my wallet that hasn't changed, but still my favorite credit card to this day is the Sofi credit card. And for anybody that watched my channel, you probably know why this is my favorite credit card. Simply because it's simple. It's a 2% cashback card. You get 3% at Sofi Travel. So it's pretty easy to use. Plus, if you also watch my channel, I don't travel much. So I don't really need to use Sofi Travel. I never use it, to be quite honest. I just use the 2% cashback category for majority of my purchases. And this is my catch-all card. And for those of you who aren't familiar with a catch-all card, basically it's a credit card I use everywhere. If I do not use a credit card that's for a specific category, into the reward system for the Sofi credit card, there's no limits, no caps on how you redeem those points. You can really get as many points as you want and redeem all those points for cash back. And the process is extremely simple. I've done this multiple times. I talk about Sofi all the time on this channel because, like I said, it truly is my favorite credit card. Not because it's this special credit card that has a crazier point system, but like I said, it's really easy to use. And for majority of people who have a decent credit score, anywhere above 700 or so, I would say this is a good credit card because it is kind of difficult to get approved for. But if you can get approved for the Sofi credit card, this is a very good catch-all card in my own opinion. And of course, the Sofi credit card has no annual fee at the time of filming this video, because if it ever changes, I don't want you to look back at this and be like, he said it didn't have an annual fee. And it doesn't have foreign transaction fees. And if you want more information on the Sofi credit card, just go through my channel and you'll see a few videos on it. Okay, so the next card that I want to talk about in my wallet that I've been using a lot lately, that is unfortunately something that you cannot get even if you did want to get it, but the X1 card. And for those people who remember this card, this is the 17 gram of stainless steel credit card that make that cool dropping sound. And honestly, I don't want to talk about the X1 card too much because it simply doesn't exist anymore. If you were to apply for the X1 card, it will send you to the Robinhood Gold card, which I don't know enough about that card to speak on it. Obviously, I might talk about it on the channel at some point, but because I don't know the most about it and I haven't done my research and due diligence, I'm not going to speak on it. So lately, I have been using the X1 card in a lot of different ways, but how I've been using it lately is boost this week. And basically what that means is you get a higher multiplier for the categories that they boost that week. And just to give you an example of that, currently at the time of filming this video, the boosters that I have, I can earn 3x at the next restaurant that I go to, or I can earn 3x at a grocery store, or 3x on delivery orders for food. And also I can get 400 more points on my next $1,000 purchase. So if I spend $1,000, I get 400 points back. And I also can get 3x at Starbucks if I was to go there right now. And obviously those aren't the best boosts that I would use. I would use more so like the gas, the grocery stores kind of boost. That's how I kind of been using the X1 card. And I would say it does give a lot of value in that form factor. Some people don't see it like that did have the X1 card. I didn't see it like that because I didn't have the full knowledge of the credit card. But as I start to use it more, I start to see where its power was at. The next card that I have in my wallet is actually not a credit card, but a debit card. It's the Chase Business Debit Card. And you're probably wondering, why do I have the Chase Business Debit Card in my wallet? Simply because if I have any business purchases that I need to make that American Express isn't approved for, or they just don't accept American Express, I could use the Chase Business Debit Card. And that's what I use basically for all my business purchases that I do not use the American Express credit cards for. But there are a few catches to the Chase Business Debit Card. You have to keep at least $2,000 in that bank account to avoid any minimum balance fees. And that's something I truly don't like about it. But when you're doing business, sometimes you do have to keep a decent amount of money in different places in order to operate the business. And I did open that account to build a stronger relationship with Chase, because at the beginning of the video, I did say I am trying to get approved for a few personal Chase credit cards, but I'm also trying to get approved for a few Chase business credit cards as well. So by opening up this Chase business account, it is building my relationship with Chase, and basically that's what I did it for. So the next credit card that is in my wallet is the Capital One Savor One card. And I use this card a lot, but I don't really use it like the majority of people use it. Like, you get 5% cash back at hotels and car rentals, and I never use it for that. Personally, I don't travel much, but I also talk about this card in other videos. But I do use the 3% cash back categories for dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery stores. I actually use that category more than anything. That's really all I use the card for. If I have any other purchases outside of that category, that's where the Sofi card kind of come into play. I also use the Apple card, but that depends on the place if it accept Apple Pay. But typically I use the Sofi card if I do not use it for those categories. But that's where I feel like the Savor One credit card truly shines, in that 3% category. So me personally, that's what I use it for. And although the 3% category does shine, you also get 1% cash back on all other purchases, which is good because at least you get some money back. But another thing that I really love about this card, when you first open it, you get a 0% APR for the first 15 months that you have this credit card, meaning it does not build interest on the balance that you leave on this card for the first 15 months, giving you time to pay the card all the way down so it doesn't gain that interest. And another thing that I love about the Savor One card is the cashback that you accumulate with this card does not expire. And this is a no annual fee card, and it has no foreign transaction fees. So me personally, I do love the Savor One card for many different reasons. And the last credit card that's in my wallet is the American Express Blue Business Cash card. And this is basically my business catch-all card, because for my personal catch-all card is the Sofi card, where you get 2% cash back on all purchases. But the Blue Business Cash card get 2% cash back on all purchases, but I can use it for my business expenses rather than my personal expenses. But it does have a cap on that 2% cash back. You can only spend up to $50,000 per calendar year and get that 2% cash back. After that $50,000 within a calendar year, it drops down to 1% cash back on all purchases. But for businesses, when you are spending that type of money, where you're spending $50,000, to get 2% cash back on that is great. And then even getting 1% cash back on any purchases with your business is still good, because that does accumulate over time. So I personally am a huge fan of the Blue Business Cash card. And it is also a no annual fee credit card, meaning if you were to not use this credit card or forget about it, it does not charge you every year some kind of crazy annual fee. And I love cards that don't have an annual fee. And that is the credit cards that are in my wallet currently at the time of filming this video. Those are the cards that I use the most. As you can see, I am team cashback and I like simplicity. So I don't really like rotating categories. I don't like transferring points to these partners, to that partner for the most points possible. I just try to use it to get a little bit of money back and make it as simple as possible so I can focus on building the things I'm building. But with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next one.